Now I am going to start the project, and you see this is my admin panel, and this was the admin panel HTML actually. And now I am going to install a new Laravel. In order to install a new Laravel, I am going to my desktop, and here in this folder I am going to install the Laravel. Our project name is actually the business landing page, right? So this is business landing 1. So this is the name of the project. So here I am going to create a new terminal in this location, that is into the YT Laravel. Now here I am going to create a fresh Laravel here. So using the composer I am going to create it. So composer create project, and then Laravel, and then Laravel, and then I am going to create the folder name, for example business landing 1. Enter. Just wait for some times. It is going to be installed on your computer. The installation is done. Okay, now I am going to enter into that folder, that is cd business landing 1. So I am now into this folder, that is business landing 1, and here I am going to run my application php artisan serve. So a server will run here, that is this one. So I am going to copy it, and in my browser I am going to paste it. You see this is a fresh Laravel that is just installed in my computer. Okay, so this is a fresh version of the Laravel. That's good, it is working. In this application, if I go to open the front end was actually here. If I run the front end here, you will see that this is actually a one-page application, right? And all the contents in this website will be controlled by the admin. So there will be no registration, only there will be an admin panel, and from the admin panel you see this is the admin panel interface, and the admin will actually log in into this system, and admin will control everything, right? So there is actually no extra user here. So how I can control this one? So in order to do this, I am going to the default course, that is the default migration files. I am going to there. So let's go to the folder where the Laravel is installed, that is into here business landing 1. So this one I am going to open with my VS Code editor. So just bring it here. Okay, in the env file I am going to open the env file first, and here I am going to set up my database name, that is for example business landing 1, and password is here in my case 1234567 this is my database user password. Username is root and password is this. So this setup is done, and app name I can change here, that is business website, something like that. Okay, so here what things I will change, that is you see in the database folder there is a migrations folder, and here by default there is a users table migration file. So if I run the command, that is php artisan then migrate, the table will be created. But I am going to change something here, because I do not want to have all the fields that they use here. Okay, so here what I can do, I can create here another system. If you want, you can use the bridge, there is no problem. Then the authentication system will be auto set up by, but I will show you everything from scratch. So in order to show you everything from scratch, my first task is to fix the user table. For example, so here name email is okay. If you want, you can add the photo of the admin, but actually in this application actually there is no need to add the photo, because there is actually no use of the photo. Okay, and the email verify that I will not use the verification system like this. What I will do, name, email, password, this is okay. And instead of remember token, here I am going to use another system, that is I am going to use the token here, token, and this token is also nullable like this. So token is nullable, name is okay, email is unique, that is also okay, password is mandatory, and only the token is nullable in the case of admin. So it's good, there is no issue at all. Admin, actually I am going to use the users table. I am not going to create another table admins. I am just going to use the default users table that they gave the migration file here. Okay. So after that, one thing I will have to check. I will have to change another one, but here I am going to run the migration. That is perfect. I am going to that new terminal and php artisan, then migrate, run this command. It is asking that if it will create a database by this name, business landing on, because there is actually no database in my system by this name. So I'm going to select yes and press enter. Okay, so now let's check my php myadmin. I am going to run my php myadmin here. If you use mem server or gem server, any server, you know how to run the php myadmin. Okay, so I am not going to show you that. I am just going to run it. So in the php myadmin, it is running, and you see the business landing on this one. This database is created here now, and here another table you will see that is created here. Total how many tables are here? 1 2 3 4 5 tables. The most important table for me is actually the users table. I will use actually this table for the admin login. So my this task is done. Now I am going to the model. There is a default model given in this system, that is users model, you see. So this is actually the users model. I am actually not going to change anything in this model. The model what is given here, that is okay. That is perfect. If anything needed, fillable, authenticable, must verify email, it is not needed for me because I am not going to use their system. I will use my system to authenticate everything. Okay. So this is okay, everything is perfect here. I am going to close it. Now I am going to check the middleware. The default middleware is actually here, http then middleware. The authenticate this middleware. In the authenticate middleware, here I can check something, that if there is any error, that means redirect to this is okay, middleware. Here authenticable as authenticate as middleware, and there is a request. Okay, and then authenticate extends middleware, and redirect to is okay. Here I am going to add some extra lines. If not request of expects JSON, if there is no request like this, then what will happen? I will take the user to the login, but there I will create like this session request session, and here I am going to use a flash message, and error message I will flash here. So error, and here what will be, that is please log in fast. When a person will go will want to use a page, that is actually that he should not get access. For example, admin want to add slider or services or any settings from his panel. So if a person is not logged in, he will not be able to access that page. Only after the login, admin will get the access. So in order to stop that user, I am going to use this condition here. If not request expects JSON, you see there is already a default function here, expects JSON. So I am just going to use this. So if everything is okay, then return request is this. So it should work. Otherwise, it will take him to the login with this message. This is a flash message. Okay, so it should work. And here these things actually is not needed because I already applied this. So here I am going to use this, because otherwise message I already added in the top. So return null is okay, perfect for now. So this thing I have just changed in the authenticate.php, and there is not many more things to change here. I will have to create a controller here now in order to control everything. So how I will create it? In order to create controller, I will have to run here php artisan make controller command, make controller, and here I will what thing I will add here. This is very important here. I am going to treat admin as user here. Okay, so here I am going to create user controller. That is okay. You can if I use the user controller, then that controller will be actually created into this folder in this location. So here there are many front-end controller will be here also. So I am going to create a folder here, or here what I can do, I can create here a folder like this, user/user controller, enter. You will see a folder is created here, that is user folder, and into there a controller has been created, that is user controller.php. That is perfect. Okay, no problem. So all the controller codes I will write here. Another thing here important, that is in the users table you see this is empty, but by default I do not want to make it empty because I will have to create an admin. You can do it manually, going here insert, and you can put any information if you want. In that way you can add a new default user, that means the admin user you can create. Otherwise what I can do, I can create it by using the seeder. So here I am going to create it. So php then artisan, then make seeder, php artisan make seeder, and for example I am going to create user seeder. If there is any seeder by this name, I am going to check database seeders, database seeder. Okay, user seeder is okay, user seeder. So I have just created a seeder, that is user seeder file like this. This is the user seeder, and in the user seeder I am going to create here into the run function. I am going to create for example I am going to call a model. So in order to call the model, I am going to use app models user. So user model, that means new of user. I am going to create an object like this, and I am going to insert a data here into the users table. So object name equal to, I am going to give the admin name as admin, no problem. Then there is a email address. So here I am going to give the email as admin@gmail.com, and there is a password. Now it is important, object password, and as a password I can use the bcrypt. Okay, so here I can put any number. For example I am going to use here password. My password is password, so that is also good. And then I will have to save the data, name, email, password, and you see here that token field, it is actually the optional field, that means nullable field, but all other fields are not nullable, so you must have to give the information there. So okay, this is perfect, and it should work now. And in the default seeder that is named by database seeder.php, here I am going to call that. Now which thing I will call here, that is this call. I will call here the user seeder class. So like this. Okay, now into the terminal I am going to run php artisan then db seed, enter. So seeding is complete and there is no error here. Now if I go here, refresh, you see an admin user is added here. So name is admin, email is this, password is password that is already encrypted, and token is null, and created and updated at these two items come here. So default admin creation is done.